Join me as I dive into Days Gone Remastered to see if it's really worth your hard-earned cash. Days Gone, developed by SIE Bend Studio, originally hit the shelves back in 2019, quickly becoming a fan favorite for its intense action sequences and immersive post-apocalyptic world. The game follows Deacon St. John, a former outlaw turned bounty hunter, on a quest for redemption and to find his missing wife. Its engaging storyline and vast open-world exploration captured the hearts of many gamers. The excitement surrounding remasters is always palpable in the gaming community. A remastered version promises updated graphics, smoother gameplay, and sometimes even new content. For Days Gone Remastered, the anticipation was no exception. Fans were eager to see how the game's visuals and performance would be enhanced for newer consoles and PCs. Given the popularity of Days Gone, it's no surprise that a remastered version was put into production. This brings us to the question at hand: is Days Gone Remastered worth purchasing, especially for those who already own the original? When it comes to remastered versions, pricing is a major concern. Gamers often debate whether a remastered game, no matter how visually stunning, is worth the full price tag, especially if they've already played the original. The fear is that you might just be paying for graphical upgrades that don't significantly enhance the gaming experience. Another concern is how different the remastered version is from the original. Some remasters barely touch the surface, leaving players wondering if it's worth buying again. On the other hand, significant updates can justify the purchase. But what truly matters is whether these updates are substantial enough to warrant the cost. For new players, it's a straightforward decision: they're getting a great game with enhanced visuals. For veterans, however, it's about whether the enhancements add enough value to their experience. The balance between cost and content is crucial. Players generally want to see noticeable improvements in graphics and performance. The promise of a smoother experience with higher resolutions and better textures can be a significant draw. However, gameplay changes and new content can also sway opinions. If a remaster includes new missions, characters, or even gameplay mechanics, it can feel like a more substantial update. One of the main selling points of any remastered game is its graphical improvements. Days Gone Remastered boasts enhanced visuals, making the post-apocalyptic world more vivid and immersive than ever. The improved performance is also a highlight, with smoother frame rates and quicker loading times. These updates not only make for a more enjoyable experience but also breathe new life into the game's vast open world. In addition to visual and performance upgrades, it's essential to consider any new content. The addition of new storylines, characters, or game modes can significantly enhance the replay value. For Days Gone Remastered, examining these aspects closely will help determine if it's worth the investment. Beyond the technical and content updates, there's a personal side to consider. Having played the original and then diving into the remastered version, there was a noticeable difference in enjoyment. The enhanced visuals brought a new sense of immersion to the world of Days Gone. The smoother gameplay made exploring the vast landscapes and engaging in combat even more thrilling. But what really stood out was how the remastered version reignited the excitement for the game's narrative and characters. It offered a fresh perspective on a story that was already memorable. Reflecting on my experience with Days Gone Remastered, I believe it offers enough enhancements to justify the purchase, especially for new players. For those who already own the original, it might depend on how much they value graphical upgrades and smoother gameplay. The question remains: what are your thoughts on remasters? Do you think they offer enough to be worth the purchase, or do you wait for significant discounts? In conclusion, Days Gone Remastered brings substantial updates to an already great game. Whether it's worth your money depends on your preferences and if you've already played the original. If you have any thoughts on Days Gone Remastered or other remasters, please let me know in the comments. If you have a suggestion for another game you'd like me to review, I'm all ears. Thanks for tuning in, and I invite you to check out my other content for more gaming insights and discussions.